Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to Path of Exile. We'll be picking up a few more prophecies here as we continue the journey. We've finished another quest here, we're gonna take another passive skill book. In the last episode we finished fighting the god of war, the soul of Tukohama. And we gain a new ability now on our hand. Let's see, can we do anything here? Like the worst thing, or unfortunately the bad thing about these, about corrupted items, is just generally you can't change anything about them. Like you'll have to use them as they are, and we really can't use these. Unfortunately the links aren't right for us. So I guess we're just going to have to sell them and look for better items in the future. Let's just sell everything. We gained a chromatic orb, some orbs of augmentation, so everything will be very useful. I'll keep this leather belt. Now I'm just gonna throw into the inventory everything I've collected. Maybe we'll be using one of these gem cutters to keep improving the split arrow that we're using. And now with the extra point, I would like to ask to continue with the bleeding. So given that we've decided to go with that, let's head on through here. I would like this extra node of intelligence, and then we'll continue this way, get that extra strength, which we do need to level up our bleeding skills, right? So I am going to go this way. I am going to go try to pick this node. Maybe at some point we'll go like through this, look, 12 elemental resistances and get these nodes as well. We might be refunding some of these abilities we already picked. Maybe if we feel like we don't need anymore, like the Master Fletcher or the King of the Hill, or maybe even this one. Projectiles have a 50% chance to split up when forking. We might want to go with Deadly Draw or something else in the near future. We'll see how we can best move things around and invest in what we find to be better. So that's it for now. Let's continue on our quest. Chromatic orb, that's good. More scrolls of wisdom here. More level ups on bloodlust and everything else. That bloodlust, once again, we will need it for... we will be needing it for probably the ballistas. These 4 link armor boots. No, not useful right now. Now with loot filters early on, you might discover, like I didn't say this in the last 2 episodes, but with loot filters you'll discover that at least early on into the game you'll be finding, it will show you plenty of the items that you find on the ground. And that is mostly, at least with the loot filters that are not as strict, and that is mostly because it's you are not yet a character that has decided on one path or the other. So basically, if you don't really have armor on you, it's going to show you evasion and energy shield and everything else, because it might be a possible upgrade and a possible item that you might need. But as you progress through the game, like, choices become less and less, or more and more relevant to what you've been working for or towards. We found Blood Rage here. So we're looking for, yeah, an exit to a different map. Spell Cascade Support. What does this do? So supported spell skills that apply an effect to an area around the target location. Oh, this is what it does. So supports the spell skills that apply area of effect, and it gives supported skills have 25% less area of effect, but they deal 40 less damage. But supported area of effect skills also affect areas in front of and behind the target area. So it does increase the area that the effect spreads to. Cast while channeling support. You cannot cast supported triggerable spells directly. Trigger support spells every 0.45 seconds while channeling supported skills. Now these ones might be a tiny bit difficult to explain, like with the channeling of skills, especially for people who might not be native speakers, but even so, like talking about what that skill does in this game, you really have to go by trial and error if you are not going by different builds that other people made. And yeah, once again, it's about combining spells. Ooh, we have a legendary strongbox here. So let's see what we get from it. Hopefully something really good. Apparently it does release a bunch of ghosts. Yeah, maybe it would have been better if we let them, you know, join with some enemies. But we didn't. Arcane Cloak, Steel Kite Shield, Wrist Chopper, some swords, a few caustic. Okay, well, what I will do now, I want, let's see, to pick a skill going this way. We decided to. I am going to change the loot filter to this one. Oh, no, it seems to be about the same. I thought it was going to reduce... Oh, it does reduce a few items. So I'll go with my standard filter. It's going to look a tiny bit different, but it's going to show us even less, basically, items on the ground. And I think that's going to be easier for you to see the map, so I'd like that for the quality of life or the quality of the video. Let's go through here, see what's what. There's a Val side area that we need to go through for this particular prophecy, and we have a trial of ascendancy that we need to finish as well. So here we also found an exit, apparently. So I think first of all, maybe what we'll do is I will go for the Trial of Ascendancy here. And then we'll go for the side area. And finally we will go to the next map. I guess we'll have to move around for longer.
I'm not up to that just yet.
I guess I'll change the order a bit. I was trying to see if the exit might be through here, but it doesn't seem like it is. Eelskin gloves, 125 evasion, definitely better, and it's got 4 links, definitely more useful.
Ancient foes open new.
Poacher's Mark. Okay, let's take these resistances from them. Cool. Full plate. Frontier leather, maybe? Let's see. Onslaught skill vestment. Awesome, but we don't use it. Vanity for a tabula rasa. Maybe we'll be lucky and find one, and I'll show you what that tabula rasa is. But if not, we're gonna keep it for the future campaigns. There's so much to see in this game. In a sense, I think sometimes I'd like to have it be new to me once more. Ooh, another Thief's Garb with 4 links. But we need 5 right now, to be honest. But 4 is good too. Like, we could do a bunch of things. I'm getting a tiny bit of lag. It's mostly because I'm also editing during this time. I'm rendering a few videos, turning them into MP4s for YouTube.
My mana is gone.
I do like that we're doing pretty well. We're applying some physical effects there. The chilling effects on the enemies every once in a while, and our ballistas provide blindness, which is useful. Here we have the next level of traps, or not traps, but
I'm not up to that just yet.
challenges. Let's see, what does it do here? Does it go in this line? So you have to follow patterns. We've opened the door there. You really have to be careful. The thing is, like, yeah, you have your potions, but they do run out. And in between this section, there's always some enemies to fill up your potions. I give you that extra chance of defeating them. By the way, enemies are affected by traps too. Okay. And we found ourselves the next trial of ascendancy, which will provide us with more points that we can put here in this skill, in the skill tree. Generally, that kind of like all that kind of ascendancy perks will really define what your character is good for. Like, those nods that you get from ascendancy are really good, are really strong. You can only take in total, you have 8 points in total, I guess. It could be easy as say. And there are 4 trials of ascendancy, each one giving you 2 points. Each one definitely harder than the previous one. Okay, here we found, I'm not sure, did we make this before? I'm not sure, this is part... Ooh, a leather hood, a unique item. I never had this item before, never seen it, I don't know what this is about. Maybe it's a solo self-found kind of unique item. I'll be looking it up later, but for now, let's identify it. Let's see. Our noble tricorn offers us 396 evasion. This only offers us 194. 16 priest mana regeneration, 23 fire resistance, 24 cold resistance, and 26 and 24 increased cold damage if you have used a fire skill recently, and 24% increased fire damage if you've used a cold skill recently. Like this could be pretty useful if you use maybe a split arrow with ice and then you fire a... you use fire arrows or things like that. You could make such a combination. So this is basically delirium. What happens is that when you go through this, because I don't remember if we've met one of these before or not.
Climb to great heights, only to leap.
This fog appears and you will have to fight different monsters. Like you can always stop it by clicking on this one or setting a hotkey, like you could do that, but I never felt the need to, though I might wanna. What should I say about it? Well, basically on the top, on the bottom left, you see that this is filling up. This fills up by defeating the different monsters in Delirium, and so the further you get, in a certain amount of time, that keeps getting increased by, I think, going with the fog, wherever the fog is going. So see, we go this way, where the fog is, the timer at the top disappeared. Can be pretty tough, but you can stop it at any point, and it's really up to you how courageous you feel. Whenever the delirium stops, come on, you will get the items that you are fighting for. Fortunately, that wasn't a very successful one for us, and we only got some weapons like this one right here. But you can get all kinds of different combinations of currency, maybe armors, maybe different... yeah, 148 evasion, seems like definitely better. Any type of combination that you can imagine, even essences or things like that. These we cannot level up anymore. The building we cannot level it up anymore because we don't have strength. So it's going to be pretty good that we're going on that path where we get the extra strength nodes. Scrolls of Wisdom. Now they come by pretty easily. Like, you might think that why are we still collecting Scrolls of Wisdom when you have 2 or 3 characters running around. Like, do I want this bow? Has 4 links once again. I think we'll already have more links than we need. So I'm not gonna take this bow. This thing, this is called like the Abyss mechanic, I think. And there's this thing that you follow on the ground, like just moves around and spawns different enemies. And after you destroy some of them, it keeps moving forward. And if you if you defeat them until the end, and you don't let it escape you, you are gonna receive some items. There are some unique items for the Abyss. And there's different chances that you will get a level, an Abyss level. You can see things are getting pretty tough. Here it is, the Abyssal Trove. A Ghastly Eye Jewel is the only thing that's very useful there. It's thank God we have a good filter, right? Because we don't need to see that. Okay, this jewel gives 15 intelligence and minions deal 7 to 12 cold damage. Like we could even use it with our own minion, with our ice minion. But we don't really have a minion build, we're not gonna worry about it. Another Gemcutter Prism. Yeah, our damage output is definitely something that needs some work. They have a whole lot of life and we need some special effect. I think that going for something like bleeding might be the solution. So let's see, how do we do this? Sun plate. Ornate ring mail. Silver flask. We already have one. I don't want another one right now. Okay, we leveled up again. Let's continue on this road. Let's see, prison rooftop. Here we're fighting Chevron and Brutus.
My life and my work, I shall not suffer this humiliation again.
These guys once more.
My mana is gone.
You can already imagine that it's not going to be as easy as last time. We're not really gaining a whole lot from our flasks. We're running out of everything right now. So yeah, we're lucky with the ballistas. I think it's about time we go back home. Whew.
Can't see why I'd want to do
Well,
that
we've
here.
refilled our flask there and prevented the death.
Let me tell your
We're just gonna heal quickly.
slain.
Greetings.
And then, let's see. This one is not that special. We might be removing some of these, but these don't work together, so it doesn't matter. Let's see how we put everything together. So I am going to try to make this one better. 14 lightning resistance, 8 evasion. Could be really good, especially now that we are fighting a lightning based enemy. 15 dexterity. So it's not all that great. Let's see. What does this? Chance to bleed. Support attacks deal 8 to 12 added physical damage with weapons. Supported attacks have 25% chance to cause bleeding. Supported attacks deal 90 more damage with bleeding. Bloodlust support. Supported skills deal 44 more, although this offers more melee physical damage against bleeding enemies. Is there anything on her in the green section that does something to bleeding? Doesn't look like it. Let's see. More melee. So I didn't pay attention to that. Okay. And here I thought we could go with bleeding on this particular character. I guess it'll just be a normal set of bleeding skill. Maybe we'll find the gem later on that works with the bleeding. This bow, yeah. So how are we gonna make this happen? I think that for now we're gonna take these off. I'm gonna throw in, or maybe first of all, for the ballistas, which is here, blind pierce, and I'm going to add bleeding to the ballistas as well. So let's make one of these red. Perfect. Replace it there. Blind, shrapnel, pierce, and the supported skill which causes bleeding. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. We won't be using it anymore. It was a good dream. For this particular one, with the eel skin, I guess I'm just gonna throw them in. Once again, let's upgrade the gloves and provide this. Let's make it epic directly. Maximum life, fire resistance, increased evasion, and 9 to 16 fire damage with attacks. Awesome. Better than these right now. So I think that's about it. I'm going to be selling these items. And then in here, I am going to be throwing most of these. Given that we've put the filters on, they move directly where they need to be. For the gems, we're just gonna collect them here. I'm gonna use another quality on the split arrow as we will keep using it. Yeah, I guess now they have bleeding on these ballistas. We're going back to the tower.
Let me beautify you.
Ooh. We got some bad hits there.
Why are you so ugly?
That's very rude of her. Okay, let's see. And now they are combining. To make a super beast.
My mana is gone.
Unfortunately, this is the bad part about the ballistas. The fact that they don't shoot at a huge distance. Did we? Yeah, I guess we did throw in. So the ballistas are very good up close, but not on enemies that move further from you. Those attacks definitely need a few more resistances first. But there we have it.
Farewell.
And now we're going, well, where was it? Through the Warden's chamber. Here,
I'm not up to that just yet.
crafting recipe. Door to prison's gate. And now we'll just head home, finish the quest.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
Stay sharp out there.
Another noble tricorn with a 4-link.
Farewell.
Let's see, that's a 299 one with 17 dexterity, intelligence, increased evasion rating, 73 life, 25 lightning resistances, increased stun and block recovery, reflects 4 damage back to the melee attacker.
Farewell.
I think it could be better, especially since it does have the 4-link. Maybe we'll make something happen. Maybe we will change the skills around. Just try to do the bleed on our own normal attack. But I guess that's going to be a decision for next time. As for the moment, I will be putting a cut into this episode. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And I'll see you tomorrow, where we continue Path of Exile. Have a wonderful day, everyone.